Yeah. Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to RSF1's Division 3. And we are here getting ourselves off Ed. Your music. I don't know if it came across on stream. I was already streaming. Just died. Yes, hello and welcome to the F3 division, and we are live around Japan, getting ourselves ready. Just as a little preview, obviously I know we talked with him before from last week in Monza, but we have Patronus here. To start off, we're going to do a little thing from next week onwards, where we're going to interview drivers that don't normally get into the top three on a regular basis. Speak to them and see what they can do for the race ahead. So, good evening to you, Patronus. How are you feeling for Suzuka, which we're about to start?
Not one of my favourite tracks. I've got a very bad history around here, so yeah, it's one of those races where it's a hit and miss for me.
Okay. Well, I felt that before last night's result. So you never know. We may be speaking to you again at the end of this.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So, is there anybody on the grid tonight that you are potentially aiming for here? Because obviously, after that win last week in Monza, you're kind of in the title fight. I know I think I did ask you this last week, but obviously you've got really quick drivers in here. You're a quick driver as well, but is anybody you're sort of looking at tonight?
Well, if I'm being honest, the tables hasn't been updated yet, so I don't exactly know who's ahead of me and who's behind me. But I mean,
we know Fish Sticks is leading the championship. He's not here tonight.
Yes, I would
it's a bit late on the Stewart report this week.
I would like to be beating the likes of Willie Bum, James H, Button, people like that. That's my aim anyway.
Are you hoping for rain tonight?
See, now, I love rain. I love racing in the rain, as you know. But I've done no rain practice and I've not tested my wet setup. So I'm hoping not, but around here it's got a higher chance of rain than most tracks. Because it's Japan.
Yeah.
So I'm not fussed either way. I'll just deal with it.
Okay, so you're basically taking tonight as it comes.
Yeah, basically. I'm not putting any pressure on myself. I'm not expecting any great results. I'll be happy with a point, if I'm being honest, around here.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Right. Olfen, do you have any questions for Patronus before he gets ready?
Well, he suddenly found I think he suddenly released the sandbags now, and I think he's going to start to push for podium stand wins now. I think for the rest of the season. I think this division is starting to show its top 5. You could say now.
I mean, if I'm being honest with you, if you take Fish Sticks out of it, the championship's really close between all of us. From like 2nd to 10th, it's really, really close. So one good result can throw anybody up to the top 5, top 3.
Well, the fact that we've had different winners for every race.
4 different winners.
If you
don't count the sprint.
That, is a very, very close division. But I think though, certain drivers now are going to start to pull away, I think, from the rest now. I personally think the more consistent drivers seem to get results every week. Because you do get drivers that are 1 week they're amazing, and then the next week, a couple of weeks in, they'll win it or whatever. But you do get to get those experienced drivers like yourself, and you've been racing for a long time. They do
Yeah.
tend to get those results.
Yeah, I mean, it's knowing when to push, when not to push, when to use your ERS and when not to. I mean, if I'm being quite honest, I'm not expecting much from my qualifying today. I'd be happy to get in Q3, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, my one lap pace isn't good, it never has been good. So,
I'm
around
saying,
here it really shows.
I said that last week. I said, I've got to try and improve my one lap pace. And I did have good quality 2, and then I blew it in quality 3. And kind of messed me up for the race.
The one thing I'm hoping for is that we don't get a safety car first. I just want some good racing.
You've done it.
You know, I just don't. I mean,
Yeah,
we all
Now
saw
you've said
F2
it.
last night. We all saw F2 last night. It was
I
a lot
did.
of safety
I fell
cars. I mean, in first 9 laps there was 3 safety cars. I mean, I just don't want that because it just ruins races and it makes them very boring.
No, I've noticed it. They have very little rain now in the game. I don't know whether it's something that's been brought in since the update, right? But every race seems to be dry. I don't know.
Well, as far as I was aware, the game's coded per track to have a percentage of rain.
Yeah, but
Like, for instance, have you ever seen rain at Bahrain? I've never seen rain at Bahrain.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yes.
See, I've never seen rain
It's
at
like
Bahrain.
it's like 1 every 100 races, and you only get it a little bit. I've seen a wet Abu Dhabi qualifying before, which is fun.
I've seen rain in Jeddah.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's weird. That'd be dangerous.
Racing SLR. Yeah, rain. And it was the first part of qualifying, and then the first part of the race. It was like, man, I thought, am I reading this right? It's a desert!
Hey, Saudi Arabia is tough as it is in the dry, let alone the rain.
That's what I was going back to the point is I'd love to see a bit of rainy tonight, just to spice things up. Because I don't normally like it as a commentator, because it kind of tends to, like, be less overtakes and stuff like that. But I think it's a lot more easier to overtake in the rain now than what it was before.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier to Brundle, I love racing in the rain. I love it. I'm just not very prepared tonight for rain.
Yeah.
With setup and practice. So.
Well, with the new feature that they've got now where you can't go wet TTs anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a bit stupid, that, though, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah. I think it was perfect for rain practice. But anyway, the race is about to go.
Right, good luck.
Thank you for your time, and best of
much.
luck, Patronus.
I hope we put on a good show for you, and
we'll speak to you again.
Watching it. Hopefully we'll speak to you again.
This ain't the last time we're going to speak to you throughout the whole season.
No.
That's it now.
I'll speak to you later in a bit.
See ya.
Bye.
I've done it now, haven't I? That he's not going to get a podium, like from now until the end of the season. Jesus.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I think moving forward, because obviously that was a bit rushed and kind of to the point. If this is going to continue, I think I'll pick like 2 people that haven't had a podium yet, like well in advance. I think that'll make that a lot more smoother. Good evening to you, everybody. Good evening to you, Mr. Orphan. Here we are, Suzuka, Japan, formidable circuit. Is there any rain as we load up? Well, not yet, but there are clouds. So, good time. How are you feeling tonight, Mr. Orphan?
I'm feeling fine. I had a few things to sort out with the league earlier. But, yeah.
Oh, yes.
But, not what you're thinking.
Oh, another thing. Okay. There's a thing that...
Yeah, you're talking about the F2 track.
Maybe.
But no, some little things that I had to sort out, just basically with division heads and stuff like that. And, updating their screenshots of the standings and things like that. Just little things for the league that I have to do. Kind of like as the. But yeah. Let's say I'm looking forward to Japan. Like it's a real racer's track, if you know what I mean. It's like an old-fashioned type F1 track that we all love, and which we're seeing so many of them drop off the calendar now, and that's why I'm not a big fan of it to race because I normally do so badly around here. But it is a track that I do like because it's one of the legends of the you've got your Monzas, Silverstones, Spa, things like that. You always type Suzuka as one of them, do you?
Yep. Traditional old-fashioned circuit that hasn't really been altered since like the 90s, I'm gonna say, with this track.
Yeah.
I mean, various like curbs maybe and etc. But it's the same layout. That's what we like. I mean, some have improved. Like for example, Spain, which we go to at, like the finale, doesn't have that chicane anymore, which was ridiculous. But yeah, this as you say, this is very, very tricky. Safety cars can happen. We've seen that a lot this week. Now, my opinion, I'm going to throw an opinion in there. In particular, last night, I think Patronus mentioned it. 2 of the 3 safety cars was because somebody crashed by themselves. I like to point that out. I mean, one was, shenanigans, but this can catch you out very quickly and very violently, basically, as we see a few of the drivers already on their laps now. Going for the S's, for example, if you go off there into the barrier, you're out. And that's a safety car immediately because it's quite near to the track.
That's where I normally go.
Yeah. Right, so 18 drivers here tonight. So another great turnout once again. When has it never been a great turnout from F3?
It was supposed to be 20.
Yeah, I don't know
what happened with the other 2, but maybe they're joining late, possibly.
We're missing a Mercedes, I think.
Yeah.
It should have been Malachi and Punisher should be in the Mercedes because Rodders and Headshot are both out.
He didn't
who's the other one?
That he was in the Mercedes because he joined the log. I'm sure he did because he jumped in a car.
The other one is an AlphaTauri. We're missing a Mercedes and an AlphaTauri. The other AlphaTauri is meant to be Schumacher.
Yeah, he's not.
Which is significant. So there's 2 big things here. Obviously, both Mercedes have been replaced.
Joining. Just messaging now. Called into work.
Okay.
Oh, that's a shame.
What's happened with Lem? What's happened with Lem? Lem's binned at the spoon curb.
No.
Lem is out. Car's disappeared, so he'll be taking no further part in qualifying. Yes, a couple of things we need to mention. Fish Sticks are championship leader. Now, Jonas did mention this. The standings on the website have not been changed since Vegas, I'm going to say. I think there's Monzas and...
Yeah, we had to
Vegas.
deal with the stewards reports and appeals and stuff being late. So, yeah. So
it was a hefty steward support, wasn't it, to say the least?
Yeah, so it was like reason why the stand is a little bit late.
Yeah, it's cool. But we do knew that Fish Sticks was championship leader going into this. He is not here tonight. And at the moment, it's meant to be a replacement of Schumacher. But so Fish Sticks isn't here tonight. So the likes of Willy Bum, Patronus, who obviously won last week. Who else is up there? James. This is a massive opportunity for anybody in the championship to start gaining points. Fruit Boy as well is up there. They have a big opportunity to catch points on Fish Sticks. This is an open goal for them to try and catch up to Fish Sticks. He's not that too far away, to be honest. He's just been very consistent. So this is a chance for them. The other big thing to mention, and it's quite a sad thing for me personally, obviously we've got a good placement. Every driver is equal here. But Epic Frenchie has decided to drop down from full-time here. He will be around on occasion as a reserve driver, but he has been replaced as a full-time driver. As the fear to say, the show must go on, but hopefully We'll see him every now and again. He's been replaced by Wee Biscuits, Mr. Wee Biscuits, who is part of the comms help team, knows Aaron very well, etc., etc. So, yep, he's in Ferrari now.
I think
And
he's a Ferrari
him
fan as well.
before.
So, him and Aaron, Ferrari fans, I think, I'm right in saying. So, he'd be very happy to be in the Ferrari team. And he can hopefully can drive them forward. Obviously, Zooms, his teammate, very, very quick driver. Not been the luckiest of drivers, I will say. He's literally just a solid race. I think he has confidence, and I think he could be up there. You know, look at the time he's just put in, 28.8. It's top of the table. So, you know what I mean? He's definitely a very, very underrated and quick driver, I think.
Oh, apparently he's a Perez fan. Here's Wee Biscuits.
Oh, I got
Perez has
that
never
wrong.
driven for Ferrari. Just on board, we're looking at Fruit Boy at the moment, who has had a couple of really unlucky races in this season. It's kind of an up and down because he didn't score any points at Qatar, got a lovely podium at that 100% race in Texas, but then didn't score any points in the feature race of Vegas, and no points last time out in Monza. If I believe he got pole actually last time out, if I remember rightly, and crashed it at the edge of a Scari and a big wobble there, the edge of the spoon. So he needs to get back in the points. Patronus, his teammate, was the winner last time out, and that epic finish, which included Willy Bum and Jedi, separated by just over a tenth and a half across the line. It was a fantastic finish. Anybody who hasn't watched that, it's on the YouTube channel now, or on the Twitch archive. I believe it's still there. Just go and watch that. Just go watch the last couple of laps, because it was fantastic. I mean, if we can get a similar finish to that tonight, Orphan, then we're laughing, to be honest, because it was a great race around Monza.
Yep, definitely was. Like I say, the finish of that reminded me of the ultimate one, which was France. France has always been the ultimate finish in my eyes. Me and you commentated. A dramatic end to the French Grand Prix when they run out of fuel, tires burst in. Oh, what fuel his tires burst in was. And we were saying, because the guy leading the race, basically the majority of it, and he pitted, and we all thought, yeah, he's bound to catch him, and he never did. It didn't look like he was going to do it. And then
There's a
two burst tires.
There's a McLaren round. There's a McLaren round. 28.3 from Button. What the? Hello, Button. You're quick tonight. Jesus.
Quality merchant Button.
Right,
He always has a good setup, but I will say that.
I did see a McLaren had lost it. It was Fruit Boy. Fruit Boy's dropped it at the end of the spoon curve. No front wing either.
Yeah, Patronus dropped it as well.
Virgin's gone up to 28.3 from Button. I was going to say, Orphan, if anybody hits the 27s, I'll be not surprised, just fascinated if anybody gets like a 27.8, 27.9, because that's top end of F2 territory. F1 territory. Although, to be honest, if you like Suzuka, you're going to be quick, aren't you? It's almost like, I know this is a funny comparison, but it's like Monaco, in as much as if you're quick around Monaco, you can be, in the F1 division, top in the times, even if you're in F3, F4. But if you hate it, you're going to be, you really hate it pretty much. You either like it or you don't. I think there's no real medium.
No. I think I'm at the bottom of that one. Personally, I've not. It's the worst track I've put a personal record on it. I've had like my best ever result was like a 5th place or something like that, and other than that, I literally DNF virtually everyone. And yeah, certain drivers do tend to love it. Certain drivers do hate it with me.
I'm okay.
I find you're one corner away from dropping it on this track. That's what I find with it. You're literally just one corner. Whereas on other tracks you've got runoffs and stuff like that, you know, and things like that. With Suzuka, it just seems as though it's like one corner away from just dropping it.
Oh, Richie, don't do that. Sorry. Richie's on an outlap, and I was going to point out with Richie, he's got a Ferrari helmet, and he's driving the Williams, which is not confusing at all. But on his outlap, he's just overtaken a Red Bull, which I think is Dano, and then like weaved in front of him, and Dano nearly hit the back of him. So that would have been interesting. What are we looking at the moment? So Button's top on a 28.3. He is safe, because remember, we're looking at the top 15, and with Energy Lem already gone, crashed out earlier on, we are looking at 2 more to be eliminated. And currently it's Rich Hughes yet to set lap, and Slicks, both in the Williams. You also got Wee Biscuit down there, Vettel, both Petronuses, both McLarens, also down there. James is not safe either, in 11th, so 2 surprises. They want to go a little bit quicker than what they've got now.
Did you say that you changed the camera angles on the onboard? Yeah.
It's only on the account, obviously, because I can't go into each one of yours gamer tags and like do it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now in comparison on the stream compared to the one I'm looking at.
It's very subtle. It's like if you go car to car, it's
I
mean, like the Red Bull, you're basically in the driver's lap almost.
Yeah.
You see how low down that is.
The one I'm looking at, it looks as though it's side on, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Kind of slightly off.
And maybe you do you use a TV pod offset?
No.
Whatever that's called. Yeah, because that's what a lot of the cameras are based upon.
I wonder if I can change it.
I think you could, although it would change your personal one. Meanwhile, Richie is about to finish a lap in the Williams. He's looking at the mid-28s and was a low 29. Goes ahead of James and puts the McLarens in a little bit more danger there with 4 minutes to go. 11th for the moment is fine. Jedi retires, but he's fine also.
Well, Richie there with a 29.3. So, looking alright.
16 viewers already, so thank you very much for joining. I do love to see, like, on average we get like 20 or so, like live. Very solid number. Although half of them,
last season we had like, we were touching like the 30s.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, half of them are the drivers, though I have pointed out.
Yeah.
I've noticed it.
I think once we start to, so the website and stuff like that starts to get more people into it, I think like the viewer figures will start to go up.
Slicks is still a bit jumpy. He's been jumpy the last few weeks. I mean, it's better.
Well, I can confirm that he was allowed to race after sending in his connection test.
Wow, and he goes fastest on a 28.1. We thought Button's lap was quick. Slicks has gone right in there. Which has put Wee Biscuits, the debutant in the Ferrari, down in 17th place on a 30.1.
But I will be keeping a close eye on Slicks this race, because if he is bad, then I'm going to have to ask him to leave the lot of it. this time.
I've seen it worse from him. In
Yeah, it
past
doesn't
races.
look.
I mean,
But that's when he's on his own.
yeah.
When he's with people, we haven't seen him with people. When he's with people, it's bad.
Right, let's see what we biscuits can do. We are looking at Richie Chappell's in the pits. He'll come back out again because I don't think a 29.3 is safe enough. JP's going for another lap. He's on the 29.1 and 8 as well. Biscuits is a second up. So this, if he carries on the lap, would be... We jump right up into the top 10 very solidly. He finds a bit more time in the chicane. Hugs it to the right hand side and goes 8th. There we go, that's better.
I'm surprised JP's gone again.
Maybe he wants to...
I would have thought a 29.1 would be enough, wouldn't you?
I had this thing in the F2 race yesterday where me and Cornish were deciding, because we were like 5th and 6th or something, and he was 5th and I was 6th at the time we made the decision. This was to get into the top 10, and he was like, oh, I'm going to be safe, and I was like, oh, I'm not sure, and there was like half a 10 between us. I went out and improved, and Cornish ended up 10th. So if I hadn't improved, I would have gone out. So sometimes you don't listen to Cornish, and it actually pays off for you. Because if I'd listened to him, I would have been out.
Yeah.
Right, so Petronas is 4 tenths up. This will put him a little bit... Well, would put him a lot safer. He has said,
He went a bit deep
earlier
there.
that he's struggling. Yeah. Let's see, and he goes only 14th. Puts Richie to 15th. So it's his teammate Fruit Boy and Vettel that could knock Petronas out. Vettel's going to be first.
Fruit Boy's that far down.
He made a few mistakes in his lap, didn't he? He had that crash at Spoon. Maybe both McLaren's unsure, Vettel. I don't know if it's that kept valid. It was off the track. Is he improving though? 3 tenths. Oh, it's touch and go. 3 tenths will put him at 29.40. It's going to be so close to Richie and Petronas. Everyone above is safe. Vettel, does he go ahead? He does. So Fruit Boy could knock Petronas out. Richie is gone. Could one McLaren go through against the other? And he does. He goes second as well. So Petronas is out by a couple of hundred. So last week's race winner will start 16th on the grid. I mean, he did say he would struggle. But that's a surprise. Although, to be fair to him, 2 tenths would have meant he's 9th. So very, very close.
I mean, that's just how close this year is. Equally. I mean, look at that. That is mental. To be, like, look at that. P6 is a 28... sorry, a 28.9. And then so it's like literally about 3 tenths between 6 and 16.
Yeah.
Mental.
Very, very close. So Energy Lem crashed at the end of the Spoon Curve. Richie Chappell starts 17th. Petronas starts 16th. Clates and AK the Legend, both Alfa Romeo, scrape through. JP Gaming 29.1 only ended up 13th.
Yeah, we saw it, Petronas. You mentioned it.
Meanwhile, towards the top, we have Slicks, Fruit Boy, and Button setting the early pace. Malachi ended up in 4th place, of course, debuting in the Mercedes. Alright, into Q2 we go. So, run down the full top 10 of last time. Race showing us the win with Willy Bum in second, Jedi in third. Jedi picking up his first podium of the season, and first podium in a while. Egon in the Mercedes was a reserve. That time ended up in fourth place, picking up good points for the team. LA16 Ham finished fifth in the Alpine, with Clates sixth in the Alfa Romeo. James in the Rebel seventh, with Vettel picking up their first points in the Aston Martin. Richie Chappell continuing his point scoring record in ninth place, and Energy Lem picked up a double points haul for Aston Martin with 10th. Points record I'm talking about with Richie Chappell is he's the only driver, as of this moment, that has scored points in every race that he has taken part in. Well, since the start of the season, he has appeared in every single one. I know obviously we've got drivers that, if you missed a race, does that count? But as far as my table goes, yes, it kind of does. So, but to be honest, Orphan, that points record for Richie could be under threat, although his races are a lot better, I think. I think the qualifying is where it puts him like outside the top 10 and then he kind of sneaks in there.
Yeah, he's not per se a qualifier, he's more of a racer in terms of race pace. He's very good. Like I say, you can tell by the way he qualifies, in that he waits until the last possible minute, does one lap, and then puts it back in the garage. You know what I mean? And then he's done that so many times where he's been caught out and not got the lap in or something like that. And yeah. And no rest is left the session.
Let me get that. Then you can see. I think I can. I had this problem the other night when somebody left and they're not on Xbox. No.
I'll have a quick look, see if you don't mind.
Yeah, no worries. But apparently EA servers died for him.
Oh.
Was that? If that was the case, then everybody would be gone who's not on Xbox.
Penrose wants to be your friend. Accept it. I don't know if that's him. Could well be.
Can't reconnect. Send us a friend request, Raz. Either one of us. Either the comms or Orphan.
Is he called Penrose? Ask it.
Restarting whenever. We got 12 minutes, Raz, so...
What is your name on PC?
Oh, apparently Rain's coming, so you want to get in quick. But yeah, we need your Rain, Raz. Your name. Not Rain. Name. We need your name, Raz.
Rasmussen.
Yeah, you got that. 7_Rasmussen_7.
Oh, you got it, dude.
It's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
On the stream.
Right.
Group boy goes 20.
Send an invite to add Aaron by mistake. Hope he doesn't join.
Hey, probably would know. Need 9 for James. Harry crosses the line as well. We got Vettel's invalidated. Tom's is going around. Biscuits is just starting. Malachi's invalidated. Plates. Romeo next. Aaron, ignore that. Ignore that.
It's
7_Rasmussen_7. Right, Slicks has gone up to third as well. He's on a lap at the moment, he's close to it. Zoms in the Ferrari, who was pretty quick in the first session. Goes across and goes quickest so far on a 28.5. Apparently can't get back on the service. Orphan, so we can't get him in even if we tried. Doms goes fastest at the moment. Biscuits is invalidated, as is Malachi, so our next one.
It's an accident, mate. You by accident,
Yeah.
Trying to get.
I
tried to invite the new guy. I couldn't find his name, and I accidentally pressed yours.
Do you want to jump on board with Jedi, Orphan, and take us through a lap when he starts it?
I can, but I can tell you now, I do not know the corners.
Just.
All right, we're on board with
Say
Jedi.
how he does.
Coming into the chicane now, onto the main pit straight. Fourth gear, fifth gear. Hits the DRS wide open. Up into 8th gear. Coming into the braking zone now. Sharp right-hander into the S's. Tricky little section, yeah. This is where I normally drop it on that curve there and into the wall. But he's taking that fairly okay. He's trying to get as much traction out of these corners as possible. Then you want to kind of swing it wide a little bit, yeah. Hold the outside curve, but you kept it a little bit inside track there. This part of the track, you kind of just swing it through and then hard on the brakes now. Under the bridge, you've got a bit of traffic up ahead. Hopefully they'll move out of the way. Then you've got this long sweeping left-hander, and it's up the hill. Third, fourth gear. Ferrari gets out of the way nicely there. There's a long straight here. Kind of goes off to the right, and then you down onto the brakes a little, touch of the brakes, and then onto the big long back straight now. On the power, 7th gear, 8th gear. DRS, yeah, I'm not sure.
No.
But then over the last part of the corner, then you come back into the chicane. You want to get the braking right. You want to kind of so you can get a nice exit out of the chicane. Nice and tight normally, but he's decided to go wider. I normally take that tight. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I do. I do as well. That was nicely done. Thank you, Orphan. I had my own chocolate brownie at that time, so I needed time to eat that. It was very nice. Right.
Yeah, good lap there from Jedi. 29.4. He probably
yes.
got more pace than him, I would say.
Now, if he had hugged the wall, that's about a 10th, and that would put him top 5. So. Right, meanwhile, Button is just coming round to the spoon curve. So that double left-hander. Interestingly, wearing a Max Verstappen helmet on board a Haas. Something we would never ever see in real life. I'm pretty sure. Max Verstappen in a Haas.
No.
So, well, you never know. You never know. But
when he's about 35, maybe.
So let's give ourselves a challenge. As if Haas is still around by then. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I can't see them being around that long.
No.
There's talk of them leaving after the end of this season.
They might morph into something else, or... Anyway, Button goes to 28.4, exactly a 10th quicker than Zom. So Button is definitely on pace tonight. Which is good to see, because I was talking with him yesterday. He says he really, really wants his luck to change this season. And
I was predicting big things for Button this year, but he's kind of let me down.
It's still early, to be fair. Don't throw in the towel on Button just yet.
Oh, I'm just saying. I thought he was going to win it this season championship.
He
mentioned that. He said that he's had a poor season by his standards.
Yeah. But he's had a 6th and a 5th so far, first 2 races. But yeah, last 2 races he's been involved in incidents.
Because arguably, last season had a stronger driver lineup by 4.
Hmm.
And he did better there than what he's done this season. I don't know.
Yeah. Right. On board with JP, or looking at JP right now. I'm with Ras. Yeah, keep trying, Ras. At the very least, you can maybe make the race. So maybe the EA servers are having a bit of a bug at the moment. But we'll keep trying. As we just got just under 5 minutes to go.
You need to send me your friend request if you can, please, mate, so that I can invite you.
As I'm saying, do I do another lap? Clates, meanwhile, 28.0. Hello. The pace has been flexing their muscles. JP goes 6th on a 29.0. Reasonable. Yeah, Clates has jumped up there. Hello. Clates is another one. Clates, I think, ever since I saw him at Qatar, I feel like he has the pace. He's just been caught up in things.
His qualifying has been letting him down a lot lately.
Yeah. Rasmussen is on the game now, apparently. I don't think he's going to make the end of qualifying, unfortunately.
Well, it's still 3 minutes 40 to go, so if you can get it now.
What name to add? No, you add us. So
Stars Orphan.
Stars Orphan 6 on the Xbox, yeah.
He's on PC, that's the problem. You have to... It's your PC... I need an EA ID.
Right, hang on. Do apologise, guys. It's the best thing I can do here. Search.
Doesn't show you EA ID unless you go into settings. Accessibility options.
Something about invites and requests.
I'd have to leave the game to get my ID. I'll have to leave the game in a minute.
Oh, he's got it. There you go.
Right.
Ooh, that's cutting it fine. 2 minutes 20.
She needs to literally get
out. Get out now. Right, apologies for that, everybody. We've got jumped straight back in. On board with Wee Biscuits, who's 14th for the moment, who's crossed the line. James has gone to 2nd. As the clouds start roaming it, Vettel is retired.
No res. It's still in the pits.
Vettel's retired in the pits. And he's not set a lap.
He's got literally... Get in the car!
Yeah, he's got to leave now.
1 minute 30, yeah, I don't think he's going to do it.
Right, so JP's retired on the 29.0, yeah. Unless Raz is leaving, well, Raz is leaving right now, he's got to really push. And Raz, if you're listening, you can't cut corners to make the time. Even though I don't think you can anyway.
Oh!
No, you can't. Oh?
He tried to... No, Raz is trying to get around to get a lap in, and the car just sat on the racing line on an in lap, and he almost hit him.
Okay.
Red Bull behind him, I think. Oh, that was close. I don't think he's going to make it now because of that.
Yeah.
He's pushing it just to make it. He was pushing it just to make it.
Okay, Legends doing. Jedi jumps up to 3rd. Jedi goes a lot safer because he was down in 12th. That pushes JP down to 10th. JP's in a bit of danger because he got Dano And 11th, you've got Malachi coming round. AK the Legend, who's trying to make the line. With 18. Oh god, Legends, that's going to be close. Yeah, Raz ain't making it. Which is a real shame. Yeah. And just keeping an eye on Legend, whether he makes it. Pushing to the line, and yes, he does. Checkered flag goes, and he's just crossed the line. So, Legend and Malachi. JP's out because Dano goes to 3rd. Malachi stays 12th.
Rambo Malachi, he was in a 28 still, yeah?
Legend doesn't have the fuel. Oh, and he's made a big mistake as well. So Legend will be 13th. So Fruit Boy can breathe a sigh of relief because they were down in 10th. Means JP goes out, Malachi goes out, Legend goes out, and Ras goes out as well. So my 2 Alpine drivers are 11th and 15th. Ugh. And both your Red Bull drivers are fine. Oh. Alright, so session over. Glates takes the fastest, but only just over Willie Plum in the end. Dano goes to 3rd, with Jedi gave a 4th. James is through. Button in 6th and 7th. 2 Ferraris of Zoms and Wee Biscuits in 9th, and Fruit Boy just about in 10th place. I was having hopes for JP because he's got my setup, which worked well for me. Maybe it doesn't necessarily work well for him. I was hoping it would, but 11th is not too bad. I mean, JP is good in the race. Consistency, so there's still points there. Legend out, Malachi out as well. Pole position by the looks of it seems to be a high 27, I reckon. But who gets it is anybody's guess. Because you've got both Haas drivers up there, you've got Clates up there, you've got both Red Bulls, Jedi's on there, Slicks, both Ferraris. It's all very, very close. So it's all about who hooks the lap. And apparently rain is on the way and the clouds are there. So whether it arrives in Q3, we'll have to see.
Yeah. So, yeah. Just sorts of difficult things out.
Yeah, no worries. Right. So I got distracted there because apparently the Nordschleife has come to Forza Motorsport, apparently. So I'll need to check that out this weekend probably. But there's your top 10. If you're going to say a pole position here, Orphan, who would you say has got it? Who would you say would get it? It's a tough question.
It's a very tough question. So many fast drivers. I mean, it's always the same in Tier 3. You just do not know. In 1 week, it could be anyone. It really can.
Oh, goodness me, it's getting dark. It's definitely a lot darker than it was at the end of Q2. Still dries. So I think everybody's going to be heading out straight away. Rain is meant to happen. There is rain coming. Wee Biscuit said there's rain coming. He's literally shouted it from the Ferrari garage. Right. Let's see who can grab the all-important pole position.
Can you go on board with Slicks?
Yeah, a few drivers heading out. What I would say, if the rain is coming, they're not all jumping out very quickly.
Look at that. What would you say?
I would say uncomfortable. So I would say do what you got to do. I'd say your decision on it, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to make the call either way.
I just want your opinion.
Yes. Yes, in other words.
It is bad. I'm just worried about the, wheel-to-wheel racing. I mean, he's lagging when there's not even a driver around it. That's my view on it,
Yeah. Right, on board with Fruit Boy as he goes through the S's now. Just got to clip it. He clipped the apex a bit too much there. The last bit of the S's. You need to clip those curves, but not too much. So let's actually jump on board with button as we get into turn 1. Turn 1 and 2, very, very tricky because you're kind of braking and turning at the same time to hit kind of the second apex. Then through the S's, once again, you just need to lightly touch the apexes, and as soon as you get up to the top, which is the Dunlop curve, turn right just to basically open up the corner a little bit. And into Decna 1, Decna 2, one after another. If you make a mistake in Decna 1, then it goes straight into Decna 2. You do not want to run the car too far wide as well as you go under the bridge. The car will be on rails. The underfloor gets attached to the curb and you just go straight across over it. Add out towards the spoon curve, couple of gears down. Once again, you're trying to carry the speed, open up the corner, little bit of understeer but no, on the exit. That'll cost some time all the way down this straight. Well, you've got to get the exit perfectly right. Fruit Boy did set a lap. James is gone!
No!
James and Red Bull, I think he's hit the pit lane wall on the inside. Maybe we'll see him board a button. Oh, it's just gone, but James is gone. Button goes just about quickest. That must have been on the U set, because that goes down on the 28.3 to go fastest. It's 28.9. These look like U set. A U set of tyres laps. If that makes any sense. They don't look like to be fresh tyres. I mean, the Zoms and Dano, they seem to be the only ones that have gone fresh tyres straight away. And Zoms takes pole position away from Dano by a 10th.
10th. Yeah, these definitely use sets, because they would have definitely used a fair few in Quali 1 and because it is the way with this tier in that it's so close in qualifying, and that to get through you've got to use so many sets.
Wee Biscuits goes up to originally third, but gets beaten by Fruit Boy, who's got a second lap on those tyres to go to a 28.7. The clouds are overhead, but it doesn't seem to be any rain yet. Which is odd. I mean, everyone is saying it's either meant to or it's about to, and Yeah, Wee Biscuits in the chat saying God awful first sector. Well, that is the make or break, isn't it? You really need to nail those S's. Otherwise, you're not on for a good lap. I wonder what happened to James, and that's a real shame, because he was looking pretty good for a top 5, I reckon. I think Willy Bum's come on to 3rd, meanwhile I think I missed that lap. The Haas driver's gone up to 3rd so far. You're right.
No, I've got to send a message, I think. So bad, like.
Yeah, I would send it. You know, got to think for everybody else. Oh, Biscuits, what you doing? A bit of grass cutting before he goes into the bits. Won't rain. Rain after quali, but dry race says 15 minutes. Yeah, so it's not. It's very, very overcast, but it's not going to rain. By the looks of it. Right, so Zom's quickest at the moment with Dano in 2nd. Willy Bum 3rd with Fruit Boy in 4th. Wee Biscuits 5th with Clates. Started in 7th. Jedi in 8th with 6th, 9th. And James will be starting in 10th after crashing earlier on. But now Button's first lap was definitely on a U set of tyres, because we know he can get into the 28s unless he made a massive mistake. So he's got the banker lap in. Got to go for it on this fresh set of tyres now. So are you looking forward to tomorrow's race, Orphan, or...?
No, not really. I'll be honest with you, I've done no practice whatsoever. I'll have a little look tomorrow when I get back from work. See if I can find a setup and then literally wing it.
Basically.
But yeah, my last race was a disaster, so I'm not expecting it much better for this week. But I did have a good result the other day on Saturday though. P2, almost won the race actually.
Oh.
It was for using your setup actually.
Wait, what track was this?
Imola.
Was that the one on TT, I presume?
Sure, I saved it, so I'm assuming it is.
Must be.
I think you sent it to me when we were racing in Fairplay.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I don't think I used it, and then I did use it for that race, and it was really good.
Yeah. This is definitely a fresh set of tyres for Button. Had to drop down to 4th though, the top end of the S's, but apart from that, that was almost perfect, or from my point of view, I think it was. I was saying that it's a 10th down, and he's validated on the first Degner. Commentator's curse. That was weird, that, because I thought he absolutely nailed most of the S section, ended up being a 10th down as he came across the split. So Dano has retired. Can I get much out of a 28.3 then? Who's going to begin? Wee Biscuits. 25th. Has Wee Biscuits raced before? This season? Like this season? I feel like he has.
I don't think he has this season.
No. Oh, slightly wide for the second part of Div 2. Yeah, I know he's like raced like previous seasons, but I was thinking this season, Aaron, Jesus Christ. Do not touch that curb. 4 tenths up. Only Biscuits is on a pretty good lap. So we have a minute to go. Everybody is on laps at the moment. Zoms and Clates on an out lap. Yeah, this season Div 2. So he was in Div 2 apparently. Oh yeah, of course he was. Yeah, because he was in it. He was in that first race. Yeah, and he got moved down to Div 3. So all-time Ferrari though, 3 tenths up. He's kept the time. He hasn't gained more though. So he's going to have time to go again, but I think this will be his one and only lap. Slightly deep in the first part of the chicane, messed up the second part. Fruit Boy hits the 27s to go fastest. Wee Biscuits did improve but stays 5th. There's an AlphaTauri of Jedi coming round, who's a second up. So let's see, he goes second! Second for Jedi. Nearly hits the 27s. Great lap from Jedi. Here comes Willy Bum, who is nearly 7 tenths up. This could be challenging. Fruit Boy hugs the inside. Where does it go? Fastest! Willy Bum takes the pole position away. Then Button. Button goes 7th. Oh, he's not going to be happy with that. Plates. 4 tenths up. Goes 5th. The Wee Biscuits is invalidated, so it's all up to Zoms to see if they can get ahead. There's only a 10th up. I don't think, unless he absolutely nails the chicane, I don't think he's going to be challenging front row. Although it could be. He comes out the final corner now, faces the left, and goes 3rd. Gets ahead of Jedi, but does not get ahead of Fruit Boy or Willy Bum. So Willy Bum takes pole position, and I feel like this is first of the season. No Fruit Boy's been pole position before. I think either Dano and James have had. I think Button has had one as well. I don't think Fish Sticks is there, but I'm pretty sure Willy Bum's hasn't had a pole position yet this season. So, and only just in the end ahead of Fruit Boy, Zoms, Jedi with a great qualifying in 4th. I'm not to sound too surprised with Jedi, but he has definitely improved over like the 2 seasons since I've seen him.
Sorry, I'm just messaging.
That's fine. Right, so Willy Bum first, Fruit Boy second, Zoms in 3rd, ahead of Jedi in 4th, Clates in 5th, Dano 6th, Wee Biscuit 7th, just ahead of Button in 8th, 6th, 9th, and James in 10th place. Good evening to a few of the others. We've got Adam Moore joining us, we've got Gravedigger joining us. We've had quite a few lefters. Well, we have got 20 viewers just in time for the start of the F3 race. I think obviously I'll make this noted here because of what's happened. Because Wee Biscuits is obviously saying Slick's left. I don't think he'd leave the entire league, but anyway, his connection hasn't been great the last few weeks, and we've asked him to improve and been allowed to race, and we've seen throughout this qualifying session and from other drivers that he has been lagging a lot. We were concerned for the race, and we asked him just basically to leave it for this week, see what happens in a week after. He's obviously taking that a little bit too strongly, and it is a shame, but
yeah, I just think we'll if he could join us in the party, we can help him improve his. There are ways of improving your internet. Maybe he's there's loads of other things you can do to help improve your internet. And he just needs to discuss it with us. But obviously he's taking a lot to heart, and I'll have a chat with him in a DMs later, and then
yeah, no worries. It was the best course, because obviously if he causes problems in the race, which he has before, think of the Vegas race in particular, but it's what it is. You don't want upset drivers. That's the worst thing you want. So, I actually remember that. I think at the beginning of 2016, 2017, I had horrific connection problems. Like, because I was trying to do commentary, and
we'll Brett. I've had it.
Yeah, 2014. It even got to a point, right, where I had to. We got a wired connection sorted, and my room is on the upstairs, so we had a wired Ethernet cable running from downstairs up the stairs to where I was.
Yeah.
I even changed bedrooms as well to try and sort it. It was just confusing, really confusing. But let's go for it. But there are ways. Anyway, let's move on to this.
No, it won't
race.
be a restart, because I'm just looking at the chat, some of the chat, and people are in the stream, so there won't be a restart. It'll be a case of just it'll
goes through. Yeah, I think we had it yesterday. We had it yesterday with someone disconnected, or the race before in F1. We've had it this week at some point. It just goes through. It's annoying, but it's not restart worthy. It really isn't. Who's Mike Adamore? Because if it's orphans, then if it's orphans, Mike, then it's something that will clear up eventually. Because it's just a Twitch thing. If it's me, then yeah, if orphans, that's just Twitch in general. It doesn't like two people, non-stream or anything.
Or is it really bad?
Let me have a listen. Often I'll just turn the stream up on mine.
Let me have a listen.
Yeah, that's just a Twitch thing. It will clear up eventually. We've always had a thing where the co-com, I think it's in every person's had it. It's Xbox, it's Twitch, it's
buzzes.
Yeah, you're always going to have whoever comes in and is in the party with the streamer. It's always the co-com that has the trouble, but it does clear up. Or gets better.
I could leave the party and see what happens.
The only thing I can do... Actually, hang on. Right, see, that's better. I've taken my microphone out as well and plugged it back in. Sometimes that solves it. So,
yeah.
Make sure we include your audio, Elfin. Tick the box again.
I've done it.
Cool. Right, let's go through this grid. So, obviously, Woody Bum on pole. Only just over Fruit Boy, so they look good. Som's looking quick. Jedi up there. Jedi's qualifying has definitely improved. Like, back end of last season, this season as well. Obviously, got that podium in Monza. Was very close to a win. Maybe that podium has given him some confidence as well. You got Clates up there, Dano Dano needs to get back into points. He's had a run of 3 results with no points at all, so I hope he does. Knowing Button, I think he'll be disappointed with 8th, because he showed the pace in Q1 and 2. So to end up 8th is... I think he'll be disappointed with that, but he has the pace to move forward. James obviously crashed in Q3, so we have no idea what he could have done. JP obviously just outside the top 10. You got Ras, who I think had decent pace as well, starts 15th. You got Patronus, who's always better in the race, as is Richie. So this is wide open, I think. All right, take us through the grid, please.
Starting at the back, we have a surprise PAC of 11. You'd have thought he'd be around about the midfield-ish, but like I say, I think he crashed out, didn't he, in Q1? So
yeah,
that is a bit of a shock for him. But yeah, P18 for him. Richie Chapel there in P17. Patronus there in P16, the winner from last week, which is a shock. Unfortunately, not Raz lagged out, so he is down there in P15. You'd expect big things from him coming through the field. SLR Vettel there in P14, aka Legends, the F5 champion from last season in P13. Slinky Malinky, Malky. Is it Maliki?
I've got Malachi, but however you do it.
Malachi, who had a strong Q1, and then messed it up in Q2. JP Gaming, there in P11, in the Alpines, Michael's team. The first of the Red Bulls, my team. James there in P10, who crashed out in Q3. Slicks, unfortunately, there in P9, has had to leave the race. Button there in P8. We expected a little bit more from Button after the first 2 qualifyings, but, you know, P8. Wheelis gets there, making his debut for Ferrari, there in P7. Dano, the first of the highest of the Red Bulls. Clates there in P5. Jedi Gamer there in P4, Zoom's there in P3, and Fruit Boy P2, and then Willy Bum, who is absolutely the man on form of late, in P1.
Right, thank you very much. Legend and Vettel unfortunately made contact, I think, towards the end of that formation lap, so they'll be gridded up. In terms of the tyres, not much difference between everybody. We have the soft tyres of Malachi and Legend. Everybody else is on the medium tyres. We have a fantastic angle for this start as we got ourselves ready for 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Slicks and
drive-through penalty for JP Gaming.
Oh goodness me! Yeah, he's completely jumped the start. As away we go. And then comes Willy Bum, who takes the lead. I mean, JP's up to 3rd in all that, but he's going to jump right down through the field. So we've got a little bit of a bumping and boring going through the midfield. Dano's off. Dano has spun through the S's. So both Red Bulls, in fact, as well, because James is down there in 16th.
Oh, disaster for Red Bull here once again.
Oh, what's happened to Fruit Boy? Fruit Boy as well has also lost at the top of the S's.
So once again, Fruit Boy, strong qualifying, yet somehow managed to mess it up through lap 1. And disaster for the Red Bulls. We were predicting big things from these Red Bulls this year, and they've been kind of letting us down.
Yeah. Legend and not Ras had a big slide through the S's. Not Ras has had a fantastic start, up 7 places. Legend's up 7. Malachi's up 5. Patronus has snuck his way into the top 10 after a difficult qualifying. Richie Chapel as well. Energy Lem up 5.
Oh, such a shame JP's got that drive-through penalty.
Yeah.
I'd serve it now straight away.
Yeah,
as if it's a safety car. If there's a safety car.
Yeah, there's
Really.
plenty of this race to go, so he's definitely not out of it. Moves Zoms into second. Willy Bob, meanwhile, throughout all of that, probably because JP kind of disrupted second and third with his drive-through, has begun, and both James, Fruit Boy, and JP are all into the pits. Slicks has retired, which he's done the noble thing. You know, the one thing I would say about Slicks? He's actually retired the car. He's not like flat out left. So
Yeah, fair dues to him.
Yeah. So well done to him.
It's like I say, I hope he comes back to the league and re-evaluates his. Like I say, we can work on things. You know, there's no end to it. We can, you know, have a chat in a party. We can sort things out, and hopefully he'll be back racing. You know.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, the situation was today that he was lagging very badly, and you know, in all fairness to the other drivers, that we have to think about that.
Yeah, and as I said, he hasn't flat out left the lobby and left the ghosted car. He's actually retired it, so...
Thank you.
Yeah.
Slicks.
Right, so going on with this race. Legend looks like to have a little bit of a train brewing, as Malachi has got a good run, possibly with DRS, or no, DRS isn't active yet. Oddly. Or if we didn't get it. And Willy Bum has lost that second advantage that he had.
Look at that, though. Raz has made up to 7th already.
Yeah, good stuff.
It's amazing how he's got through all of that already. I remember watching, what was it, Tier 1. And I think it was the new driver in Tier 1 who was racing in Red Bull. How quick he managed to get up from, like, last or something and up to, like, the top of the leaders. I was, like, amazed.
Oh, that was...
Runner
Red.
Something.
Yeah, Runner Red. The other one, yeah. Max Verstappen style, basically. Fruit Boy.
Unbelievable.
Fruit Boy and Button, not Fruit Boy, Patronus and Button having a little ding dong through the
Maz is
S's.
making the move on Slinky. He backed out a bit at the very end of it, but he's still right on the gearbox. He could go for the move into the chicane. I think, nope, he just backs out a bit. He's going to wait for the pit straight. Slicing his way through the field.
Bonus, maybe have a little bit of a run on Vettel, who has just snuck by him past the chicane. As Wee Biscuits was looking at the exit of turn 2, but maybe not get Energy Lem as well.
Yep, Patronus is starting to make his way through as well. So that's what you've got to do. Experienced drivers know the patience. And if they're on a bad qualifying, you know, just wait for the right opportunities, like, because it's such a long race, you know. But
yeah,
it's all been fairly clean so far, you know. It's not been anything like the last night's race so far.
Yeah.
From what I've been told anyway, because I fell asleep watching it. I was so knackered, man.
Yeah.
Had a very long day of work and got back kind of late, and then I had to sort out something.
Oh, Fruit Boy! Fruit Boy's gone. Safety car. You said it too early.
Soon.
You said it far too early.
Soon.
Fruit Boy again. Oh, he'd picked under the hard tyres. He's going to the long distance and he's crashed it again. That's the second week in a row. When is his luck gonna... I mean, we talk about Button's luck at this season. When is Fruit Boy's luck gonna get better? Oh, 3 races in a row.
He's got the pace.
Oh.
I mean, look.
Uh-oh. We have a miscommunication. Both Alfa Romeos are pitting.
No.
Whoops. Now, either they're in a party and decided, you know, might as well, Or,
That's our cost legend, this big time.
yeah. Ah, I see what they've done. Button as well, Energy Lem as well. Right. They are going on the hard tyres. Now, this is exactly what I did under one of the safety cars. And it benefited really well for me. But they were horrible for like the last 3 or 4 laps. And at the end of the race, they were 70% on the fronts. So it is doable.
What lap did you put on him?
This lap 5.
Lap 5?
Hard's 22 laps, and he just made it. So...
Well, interestingly, that's brought everyone back into this race now. Because, like I say, JP with his drive-through, he must have been thinking, I'm out of this.
But now,
yeah, but now they're back in it. And,
Dano with that spin earlier on, yeah, they're all back in it now. That is very, very interesting. I understand why Legends pitted, because he was on the soft tyres. Malachi didn't either, so they're still there on the softs.
He's another driver, JP, another driver who's got pace. When is this luck going to change? Because he just seems to have some very bad races lately. I don't know. I raced with him in SLR, right? And he's not racing in SLR now. But I raced with him, and I know how good he is. He's good in qualifying. He's good in the race, and in RSF1, he's just, I don't know, he's just not got the luck lately. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to have materialised for him. Because I thought he'd be one of the top drivers in the team, honestly.
I think Vettel might have heard me, because he's pitted onto the hard tyres. Either he's heard me or he's realised. Actually,
well, he's going to have a lap younger tyres than the rest of them, so it could work out for him.
Yeah. Gravedigger in the chat saying Cornish did 25 laps on the mediums. Yes, and I still have no idea how he did that, because I did 22 laps on hards and there was 70%.
Well, he is the master of tyre wet, Cornish.
Yeah, Cornish is very good on his tyres. That's the only explanation.
Do you remember that time when he did it in Brazil?
Yeah, actually, I think I remember that, yeah.
When he was like, I think he pitted on lap 3 or something stupid like that, and won the race, and on one like long stint on the mediums or the hards or something stupid like that. I remember it. I was like, I always remember that race in Brazil. I have to go back and look at that one. I want to try and find it.
Yeah. The other benefit I've just realised I had with the hard tyres, I took 22 laps. There was another safety car in between that. So that's not 22 laps flat out. And they're at 70% at the end of the race. So if we don't get another safety car, they might struggle a little bit more. So Blates, Button, Legend and Lem and JP and Vettel can get to the end. They're going to be almost a sitting duck to those that will pit later, especially for soft tyres, if anybody tries that.
I remember I did a stint once in Hungary where I...
that is a late call from the safety car.
Bloody hell.
In it goes, and I don't think Willy Bum has a choice there. Right, we're underway. That was a very late call considering everyone was here, and it's caught Jedi off guard because here comes Malachi, still on the soft tyres. He get close enough? Jedi gonna give him the room? No. Malachi can't get close enough, but Jedi got caught at the curb. No. Ras is through. I feel sorry for Jedi, but yes for Ras because he drives for Alpine. So, no, but yes.
Dano is up to P9 now from the back.
Yeah, he's back into it, isn't he? So.
Richie Chapel, P8 in the points, continue his run.
Yeah, still a long way to go though. Remember, the ones behind have pitted.
Yeah, they're going to have to oblige.
The thing I am,
this
I am
point anyway.
I am surprised, sorry, that James hasn't pitted. Because he's on mediums and he's in the middle of all that in 14th.
Yeah, that's a strange one. It was a. He must have been so far behind that he thought about track position, possibly. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, Dano and Richie going side by side for 130R. Oh, Dano backs out of it. Goes wide in the chicane. No, that was close. And Lates is trying to go running outside and ends up making the move, I think. Yep, just about. Dano's going to come back of in, and Button as well has got a good run out of the chicane. This could get close.
Yeah. Dano's struggling on those medium tyres now compared to the fresh hards. See, it was worth them pitting, really, that far back. I think they're trying to go on for track position and it's not worked out for them.
No.
Especially for James, really. I mean, he's in a very awkward situation now. He could have saved himself a pit stop and be with the leaders. Now, he's effectively...
Oh no,
Oh, no!
Ferrari! Free biscuits! No! That damage, I think it is. That was a heavy impact, yes. Yes? Yes.
Yeah. Right, sorry, left end plate.
Whoops.
Gonna struggle with downforce now.
It's so easy. It's, as you saying earlier, there are curbs here that could drop you at any point.
Patronus up to P6.
Yeah, not bad. He's in that group of a Jedi understeer. He's in his group of drivers that have not pitted under the safety car. Was going to pit much later on.
We could say that effectively Clates now is in effectively P1.
Yeah, he's in the net lead at the moment, is Clates. He's got Button very closely followed, as is Legends. So these three will lead the race at one point. Because the guys ahead, they're not going to gain enough of a gap to pit.
No.
What you're going to have is those that pit later, depending how late they are, will start closing these three in. Because by lap 20, 21, 22, these hard tyres will start to feel horrible.
Yeah.
And that's where it's all going to close in. So,
yeah, it's going to be an interesting half to this race. One half of the grid are going to be charging after the once he pitted earlier. Basically, for the second half of this race.
Meanwhile, Malachi is now holding up third downwards because his softs, he's still on the softs that he started. As Dano and Lem going side by side, so Lem's just dropped back behind Dano.
Question is though, when do you want to pit? If you're on the mediums and softs.
You're basically sticking to the strategy as Raz, meanwhile, using the ERS, he's fed up of staring at the back of the Mercedes, and he's got him. Is Jedi going to follow suit? And the outside. Not getting a good camera angle, but here comes Jedi. He needs to clear that Mercedes unless it dives into the pits, which it doesn't. Malachi, though, still has a bit of bite in those soft tyres. He's coming back at Russ into turn one. This will be a brave. This is very brave. Oh, close, but did it. Russ gave him the room. And this is very, very annoying for everybody else behind Malachi. But he is running his own race. He's costing them all time, but for Malachi, he's got to keep on to his position as much as possible. Because they are being dropped by the top two often. It's they're dropping into even the guys in Haas as a Williams off of Richie.
Oh no, Richie, got to keep up that run.
It's all getting a little bit
tense.
touch of tyres now because you got You got those on the mediums trying to keep back those on hards. Clates is now up to 7th, with Button still on the back of him. Yeah, it's all getting very tense now because, as you can see, Malachi is 4 seconds off the road. Look at the train he's got. Surely he's got to be in the pit soon. Rash trying to look at the outside. Look how close they are going to the chicane. Oh no, there's contact. Jedi's round. Was getting too close. I think he got hit by Patronus. Jedi's using the other pit lane entrance. Get back on.
I would have pitted then, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Did Patronus get damage out of that? I must have done.
I would have pitted then. Take the opportunity you crashed. Would have saved you a bit of time, I think.
Yeah. I think it just all got too close. There was a blanket covering like 5 cars going in, and I don't think there was anything malicious there. They all just got really close.
Yeah, this top 2 are pulling away.
Yeah.
Nice, slinky.
Look at Clates though.
Zooms has definitely got the pace up front. This could be the race where I was telling you about, where he's going to show, what kind of pace he has. Like, he's got through all the carnage this time, and then he's just keeping him on the back of Willy Bum. Willy Bum's got less ERS, obviously, because he's leading, and he's probably burning a little to try and stay ahead.
You've seen this, the track map, for example. It's ridiculous. You got the top 2, and then there's like a gap of 5 seconds to. This is 3rd down to 14th. And then you got Wee Biscuits all by himself. I feel sorry for Biscuits. Here comes Rash. Yeah. Surely. Still nothing. And he's got Clates behind him. Remember, doesn't need a pit.
Just goes to show how close this tier is. This no one's getting away from anyone.
This is working out absolutely brilliantly for those on the hard tyres to the end. Because Clates is still only 7 seconds off the lead. He'll have like a 10-second lead to hang on to.
Thing is, now I think the top 2 are going for a soft tire.
I think they almost have to now. And the progress. Oh, Patronus of a bad X off the second deck. Now this is Button, surely. Yep. Outside, Patronus could try and look at it, but no, I don't know whether Patronus would have damage from that incident with Jedi.
Kind of looks alright.
Jeez. Clates has got by Ras through the spoon curve as well. It's all kicking off. I don't know where to look. Doms keeps getting close, but not close enough to Willy Bum by the looks of it. Maybe now. Oh, Willy Bum's in. Willy Bum is in.
Question is, where is he going to come out?
How far back is he going to be? Here comes Clates, who's got DRS on the Mercedes of Malachi, and he's through into 2nd place. He's just got Zoms ahead of him.
God, look how far back he is.
Hard tyres is. Wait.
Hard tyres as well.
Wait, is he gone? Yeah, that's mediums to hards.
Yep.
Is that?
14 laps. Is it?
Yeah. I think actually, yeah, that's the only thing he could have done.
Getting this early, yeah. Couldn't have gone to the sauce. So.
I don't think he's going to catch that much.
No. It's a shame, really, because these two deserved the victory here today, but unfortunately, possibly a safety car is going to absolutely mess that up for him. I tell you what, though, if a safety car came out now for Zooms and Willy Bum's just bit, that would be absolutely disaster for Willy Bum.
I think possibly they might be caught out by the safety car strategy.
That's the thing. See, the top guys were never going to pit. That they were going for, track position. Whereas the guys at the back, they can call that strategy. Go, yeah, well, go on the hards.
Malachi, no. Malachi speeding in the pit lane.
Just to show how compromised these guys were through that pit stop. And
Malachi gone double softs. Yeah, Malachi's gone double softs.
no,
Oh, here comes the Rebel. Oh, Dano, just about ahead of Ras there. Yeah, Malachi's got double softs. That's either a mistake or I don't know what he's doing.
well, one thing working in Willie Bow's favour, he's got a huge amount of open track.
8 seconds to the back. So looking at big slide for Richie, and that is no big slide for JP. Sorry, and Richie's just snuck by him.
Yeah, so Willie Bow is just attacking the track now. Big open areas come out with a nice gap. He's not going to get held off. So he is.
Richie on the cross, 3 wide to 130R. What are you doing? Richie trying to go any outside, doesn't make it on AKA the Legend, who got a very slow run at the end of Spoon Curve. AP's in the middle of this, thinking, I just want to get to the end of this. Zoms is in. He's going to come out ahead of Willie Bum, maybe. Willie Bum's the undercut, miles ahead.
Yeah, undercut worked nicely there for him. Nearly 2 seconds. But look how fast Willie Bum is closing in on Richie. 4.8 seconds now.
Maybe.
It's like the race looks like it's not out of the cards. I mean, he is closing in. He had that luxury of having, like I say, that big open bit of track ahead of him. Nearly 10 seconds of open track ahead of him. So he's not being held up. That's the key thing there. And he has got fresh tyres compared to those guys in front. He's going to have 8 lap fresher tyres to the end of the leaders. And the rate he's catching, the question is though, how much are they going to drop off? But I still think he can do it.
Yeah,
initially when he pitted, I initially thought, he's out of this. But look at that, to the leader, he's only 11 seconds away, and he's closing in at about 0.5 a lap.
I'll keep an eye on the leader gap. So it's 11.3 at the moment. It was 11.6.
That'll start to drop down though now, because his tyre wear will start not to be as overly powerful.
Yeah. James fastest lap of the race has just got by Patronus for 10th. Energy Lem on fresh medium tyres. So both Astons who were on the hard tyres have pitted again to go on a medium, which is an interesting call.
Look at that though, JP up in third.
Yeah. I told JP the strategy going into that, like how long mediums can, how long hards can. He's basically mimicked the strategy that I did. He's in the exact same position as well.
Here comes Willie Bum now. He is coming out to traffic now. He's got the brick wall that should be Richie Chapel. He's going to do a job for his mate JP.
Oh, yellow flag, Wee Biscuits is gone, and safety car again. Oh dear, now what do you do?
Soft tyres. It's got to be. If you've got a fresh set
mediums.
of softs. Or mediums.
Mediums will be. Oh, Wee Biscuits. What you done? What have you done? You've messed it up. You had one job. This is already interesting enough as it is. Oh, legend! 5-second time penalty. Zom stays out.
JP's going soft tyres.
Oh. Which of course he would have because he didn't make the top 10, did he?
No, he's got fresh set.
No. And he's jumped AK the Legend as well. Right, so
Come on, JP.
Right, so Zom stayed out, he's on hard tyres. Blake's pitted for mediums. James stayed out on hard tyres. Button pitted for mediums.
JP is the highest of the soft runners.
Yeah, JP, Legend and Richie all pitted for softs. Willy Bum pitted for medium tyres. So Willy Bum was coming through and now he's kind of stuck in that situation again. Lemon 9th. Didn't pit. So they're kind of back into it. Dano pitted for fresh tyres. I did Raz. Jedi. Jedi's probably the one that's got caught out in all this kerfuffle. Because he's down to 12.
These safety cars have absolutely messed Willy Bum up. And Zooms. So bad. Zooms is leading, right? But he's on hard tyres compared to the fresh mediums of Clates. The fresh mediums of Button. The fresh softs of AK Legend, JP and Richie Chapel. Look at Richie Chapel out of nowhere. He was unpitted once in this race, right? And he's in P7 on fresh sauce. It just goes to show how much a safety car can mess your race up. No matter how fast you are, no matter how good you are, no matter you do everything perfect, safety car can mess your race up.
Completely. Well, it's thrown this all out again, hasn't it? And it's going to stay out for another lap unless it calls ridiculously late. One thing I just want to clear up here, Mr. Orphan. Wee Biscuits, you're saying the messages you just put in the chat right now. I don't want to say it, but the messages you're putting there can be asked, no point of racing, I was racing for P17. Did you crash on purpose? I don't want to suggest it, but from what you're messaging there, did you chuck it into the wall? Now, yeah, I did. As I said, I don't want to put my foot in it. I don't think for a second you did, but from the way you're saying that message, what you put in the chat there, it says you did.
I don't think.
No, it's just I'm looking into that completely wrong. In that case.
Oh, he's just having a bad race. Everyone has a bad race. You know, he'll be back next week.
Evening to Diamond F1 as well in the chat. So, interesting situation. I don't know why everyone didn't pit, if that makes sense. Like, because Zom's just picked track position, but he's got 9 laps, which is a long time to hold off Plates first, who's on mediums, and you've got JP, Legend, and Chapel all on softs as well. The soft tyres are really good, especially their fresh sets, which I know Chapel definitely will be fresh because
I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm just gonna put to the toilet.
Yeah.
Sorry to.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they're all fresh tyres for JP, Legend, and Richie because they never made the top 10, so they already had a fresh set ready for this scenario. So they're completely laughing, and they can't get to the end. Fresh sets will be easy. This will be all down to Zoms to make this the widest Ferrari possible. And with 8 laps to go at the end of this one, let's see what happens. So Clates will be first off. Attack this Ferrari. When is he going to go? Exit the chicane. We are back racing once again. There's a bit of a bump, I think, with JP and Button. Oh no, JP's got Legend climbing all over the back of him, jumping all over the back of him by the looks of it. Into turn 1. Legends has just about got it. There's a bit of a jumping around on the screen. Richie up there as well, with really one up behind. They've all got to sort of be careful here that they don't lose too much time to the front 4. Because they're already a second behind.
Ooh, bit of lag there.
Yeah, there was a bit of jumpiness from Legend on the restart. Lost a bit of time.
Oh no! Richie Chappell's been spun around. He's ghosting. He's tapped on the rear by I think it was no res. I'm not entirely sure. But it's side by side.
Oh,
no,
he's lost it!
no.
Oh goodness! Oh, Richie.
Little bit no.
That's a shame there for Richie. It's got shuffled out, I guess. Be a light way of putting it. Darren and Raz coming out
strong
of this
position
game.
as well. Still not over yet. There's still 7 laps to go, so anything can still happen.
Zom's still hanging on to the lead ahead of Collates, who they've got a bit of a gap to James, who's got Button on the back of him. Then you got the 2 soft tyre runners. Legend and JP, as much as they're fighting, they need to kind of work together here, because they can win this race. But they just got to pick off each driver one by one.
Well, at present, JP and they are in just about under DRS zone. So, but JP does look as though he's got the pace over Legend, I think.
Legend has that 5-second penalty as well.
So JP will jump him for P5, but he'll be hoping to get on the podium against JP, I'm sure. His first podium in RSF1, I think.
Off of JP. Yeah, in a good position. He's under no threat from Ras behind either, so see what happens. Can Richie climb himself back into the points and keep there? Flakes is all over the back of Zoms. Into the chicane, was going to feint to the inside, but no, he's going to think of the DRS. Get a good exit. He's got to get a move on because those soft tyres are going to kick in.
Like DRS enabled now, so this could help the soft runners definitely big time. It looks as though Button has dropped a little bit off of James there, and James has definitely dropped off of the leaders, so he hasn't got a DRS.
Definitely a bit of lag from Legend going on. Every now and again his car just shoots off and I think like he's lost it, and then it's fine.
JP has just got to be patient.
Patient, but running out of laps. So lap 21. There's only 6 to go.
It's a long lap around, yeah. So 6 laps is, still quite a bit of time. Legends is all over the back of Button.
Yeah.
Almost pushing him through the corner there.
Blake still cannot find a way past Zoms. Zoms is doing a very good defensive job for the lead. You can see, I think it's all going to concertina up.
Once these 2 get past Button, it's game over, I think. If they can get past them in time.
Yep. As I said, they still need enough laps. Oh, Legend JP. JP's got a good run on Legend at the chicane. Burning that ERS. Use it. Come on. Try not to show my bias. Not close enough. Wait. Oh, he is close enough. Oh,
JP.
We got caught on the curb.
No.
Through the field. Ended up 10th. You can still get points out of it, but I think the podium's gone.
Yeah.
He was trying to give space to Legend and wasn't going to work out. Meanwhile, Clates has got by Zoms for the lead.
Yeah, I think that's the podium gone now, unfortunately for JP.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to give space to Legend on the inside who got caught on the curb.
Well, Legends, because of that, has dropped a little bit back from Button. Maybe the soft tyres are starting to go up a little bit already.
Doms is really quick in a straight line because going up to 130R behind Clates, he was going into him and wasn't using ERS at all. Now on the exit, he's going to slipstream back, so maybe Clates is not out of this yet. He's got a good exit out of the chicane, so for this lap at least he's okay. Clates, who's had an up and down season so far, hasn't been on the podium, hasn't really been in a position to win a race yet this season. Finds himself in this position now. Zoms, the same really. He's had 3 non-finishes in a row. James
Tell you
has...
what mentions is James.
Yeah, James has had an up and down season. In fact, all the top 4 right now, if it all stays as... I say if it all stays like this, because they're battling so hard, Ras is closing in, who's got by Legend, and he's bringing Willibum and Dano and Vettel into this. It's not over.
But I say James is... you know, we haven't mentioned him at all, really. And he's in P3.
He's quietly gone about things, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Clates is still hanging on, but he's not pulling away from Zoms. Zoms is staying in that DRS. He's very good in a straight line, Zoms. Runs deep.
Can Button get his first
game,
podium of the season?
Oh, Willibum and Legend are, well, I say contact. Here comes Dano. Dano with a fantastic run up the last chicane. He's got by Willibum. Is he going to make it 2 in a row? I think he is.
Oh, he's going to go for it. He's definitely going to go for it.
Oh! There's a bit of a jumpiness going on, and...
Oh. You had to back out of it.
Yeah. Top 4.
Oh, there was some lag there. I tell you what, that Legends is lagging like hell now.
Yeah. Issues going on. Button has made it by James now. Into 3rd. Got 3 laps left.
Do you know, I'm starting to think that JP going up was a lot to do with lag.
Something we have to clear up at the end. Obviously, you can't do anything now.
Yeah.
In terms of ERS levels, Clates has got the most by a long way. Compared to
Dano's got through. Oh no. Willibum is bashing wheels with Legends because of the lag, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what it's like on board of them.
Oh, it is bad.
Vettel. Right. Try not to focus on it too much as Clates got out of DRS. Might have done, yep. That might be the key thing.
James is out of the podium spot now and Button's into it, so Button could be on for his first podium of season 10.
Yeah, look at Ras though. Ras is closing on this very, very quickly. He's nearly 2 seconds off. He's now a second behind. Ras is on it.
James are starting to fall off.
Dano in 6th. Willibum in 7th. JP is still not out of good points, you know. In 9th.
No.
To find a way past Legend, who's already struggled with around the outside of the Dunlop curve. There we go, that'll do it. I can think that will hit the back of Legend. I think Legend's a bit struggling with something.
Yeah, lag.
Yeah, James's hard tyres and the pace maybe kind of the struggle. I think Ras might be on him on the next lap.
Yeah, JP needs to score some points, yeah, just to get himself back in the field and scoring points again, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
He had a chance of podium yesterday, JP. It's just that one little slip there has cost him, really.
Meanwhile, James is side by side with Button. Button made a bit of a mistake through the spoon curve. They've both got to be careful with the Alpine coming up towards them. Button's got barely any ERS left. He's burnt it all. And a bad exit out of the chicane. This is James's opportunity. If he uses the ERS, it'll be through. He's not using it, but he doesn't need it because DRS will fly him past. James back on the podium. I tell you what, driver of the day is going to be very, very difficult to decide here often because you've got stories all throughout this top 5 already.
Yeah.
Where did Clates start?
Yeah, he must have started low.
Clates was 5th.
Oh.
Clates
So
was
he went
5th.
far off.
James was 10th, Button was 8th, and Ras was 15th. Remember, Ras had that disconnection, didn't he? And he couldn't set a lap.
Yeah, so he's made up most gains of 10 spots. So, could be a shout for him, really, but it's been uneventful for not Ras, I'd say. He's just got up there through sheer determination and safety cars.
Yeah. You know what I'm happy about at the moment, and this is from a very, very biased point of view. For a third race in a row, as it stands, commentators curse and all that, got a lap and a bit to go. We've had an Alpine driver finishing the points in every race so far this week. As long as Ras and JP finish where they are, we'll continue that trend. McClates has got one more lap to go. Then gets himself a time penalty.
Red Bull have been keeping their run going.
Yeah.
So yeah, in the overall constructors, it's going to be a tight fight for the overall, I think, this year.
Yeah, Ras has fallen out of DRS of Button. If Button can stay in the DRS levels are about the same. Although, unfortunately, this is the only thing I have with this track. It only has one DRS zone. And that's down to turn 1 in the straight. So I think as long as guys don't make a mistake, this is your top 3. Place has half a lap to go.
It's all on Button now. See if he can try and claw back James.
And Dano, all of a sudden, is now all over the back of Ras, maybe.
He's close that down quick.
Yeah, Ras has had trouble on this lap, and Dano's all over him like a rash. But only that ERS, he might have a look into the chicane, but I've got to go to the leader, Plates, who's going to make it 5 wins out of 5 in F3.
I don't think Dano's going to get it.
Plates
unless he gets an
crosses the line,
absolute superb exit.
wins Japan. Zom second, James
Oh,
third.
Dano's going to go up to the line! Oh! Less than half a tenth between Dano. I thought he was going to get it.
Yeah. Ras 5th, Dano 6th, Willy Blum 7th, JP 8th, Patronus gets 9th, aka the Legend ends up into 8th. Legend tumbled all the way to 10th place. Belt on 11th, Malachi 12th, Richie Chappell's points haul is gone in 13th. Not through lack of trying, no. Lemon 14th, and Jedi Gamer had a really good start to this race and just fell away with the safety cars, I think.
Strong day for Red Bull. P3 and P6, so my team doing very well today. Come back from disaster, really. The Red Bulls. That's why I think I'm going to give Driver of the Day my personal opinion. to James. Because of the way he fell to the back and was struggling to get through the field, and then obviously came through with a podium. Personally, I'm going to go for James.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So yeah, Tom's driver of the day goes to James and Red Bull. I think a very close shout for Raz, from 15th. That disconnects as well. I think Clates has driven probably the most consistent race so far this season as well. But yeah, Clates with the win. Zon was second in. The Ferrari pushed him all the way. It ends up picking up good points for him. James back on the podium. His first That's James's first podium since his win in the opening round. So good recovery for him. Button with solid points in 4th. Not Ras in 5th, with Dano in 6th. So good points for Red Bull, good points for Alpine, so we're both happy. William 7th, JP 8th. Patronus picks up 2 points despite this being one of his worst tracks. And AKA the Legend ends up in 10th. And then you got all the rest of the drivers. I don't think I scrolled down to the bottom. Sorry.
How long have you been doing commentary?
I know. It's one of the things I always forget. Like,
I'll have to go through the last second.
Yeah, I don't think I think the only ones I didn't get were the DNFs. So
I'll have to look through the end of the race to get it. Michaels.
I know.
Got it professional, yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
so
who are going to invite for an interview? That's the question, because the top
I've got
two.
Plates and I got Button.
We do James as we did
James
before,
is here. James is here, yeah.
but he can't be heard on.
Oh, it's translate. Got a good translate now.
Yeah.
I did invite Button. I don't know whether he would join or not. At least the next one.
It would be Dano.
Let's give Button one more try. He doesn't have to, obviously, if he doesn't want to, but there for him.
The next one would be Dano. You want to invite him?
We'll stick with these two. If Button don't join, we'll stick with these two.
Okay.
Right.
You'll have to ask the questions. And I'll have to answer for James. So
I'll do it that way. Alright, so we will start off with James and Remble finished off in 3rd place. Your first visit to the podium since your win in Qatar in the opening race. You've had a rough time for the last few races. Picked up the odd few points here, but yes, back on the podium. But it feels really good for this one.
yeah, he basically said he got damaged on the first lap, and to come from where he did to get to a podium was pretty good. And he said that him and Dano getting a strong finish as well is good for the team.
Those in the chat that cannot hear James, there's a reason. It's because he's on what console you're on, James? Yeah, he's on PlayStation, which doesn't come through Xbox, which means we've got to translate everything that he says.
So I'm speaking for James effectively.
Yeah.
Where Michael says, I'm repeating what James says. Well, as best I can.
You as a Red Bull representative as well, often you could speak for James, so makes sense. You're basically Siri, says Nifty Nasri. Yeah, you're basically Siri often.
Yeah.
You're the AI. Yeah, so good points for you, good points for Red Bull. Does this mean that because as I said, you had a rough run the last few races, does that mean you'll pass this patch now?
He basically said that he hopes that his luck improves, and he said that the next couple of races that he likes.
All right, so well done on your third place, your second podium of the season. Hopefully there's more to come, and good luck in Imola next week.
Thank you very much.
Right, and shall we just do clates together then?
Yeah.
All right then.
Clates,
can you include your audio, please?
Yeah, I ticked it.
Cool, fantastic. Right. Well, first of all, well done on your race victory. Similar to James, you've had. I think I mentioned it at one point. You've had like the pace, I feel, ever since the opening round of Qatar, but you've either been caught up in things or things haven't worked out. They haven't all kind of fell into place. Today, though, they have fell into place. You pitted at the right time. You pitted for those hard tyres on lap 5, and it worked out really, really well for you. So you picked up your first win and your first podium this season. Must feel really good as well.
I'm absolutely buzzing. I was thinking about sweat dripping down my forehead at the end there. My main problem this season has just been qualifying. I can't seem to put one lap together. So I end up starting at the back, and then like you said, I'm just getting caught up in incidents or falling off the back of the train, and then like Qatar, I couldn't recover. Like me and JP probably just got cut adrift early on, and then I think we were probably about a similar pace. So, and then in this race, I had a lot of things go my way. I don't know how many cars lost it right in front of me. You can make a compilation. There was at least 3, I think. So I was riding my luck, definitely. But yeah, I'm really buzzing with that one.
Yeah, all good. Orphan, you want to take the next question?
Yeah, my question was gonna be about your qualifying, because I was saying in the race actually that your qualifying has been below standard of what we normally expect of you, and
abysmal.
Yeah, and I think that I said that was the thing that you were struggling with, because you definitely do have the pace in race pace. As I've raced with you before last season, I know.
Yeah.
And so I was like thinking to myself, how is he so far down? And I thought that if you could get the qualified sorted, that you'd be definitely up there with because I mean you had a really strong season. Like 8, was it?
Yeah, when Mushy won it. Yeah.
Season 8, I won it.
Right.
F5.
Yeah, you went. Yeah, and then Mushy won Div 4.
Because I remember you were doing well that season, going to the championship, and because I was obviously looking at the top guys in every division, and when you're at the top yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, and,
that was with medium traction ABS and the line on, so I've taken all of it off now. So I went back last year. I didn't really have any pace. I managed to fluke a win at Vegas because of penalties, so this is my first win with no assists. So it's just a grind, isn't it?
But it's such a close tier that
it's
I
brilliant.
mean, it's amazing in qualifying. I mean, you say you're having a bad qualifying, but qualifying is so tight. I mean, if you don't get your lap right,
I almost went out in Q1 today. It's great through. It was so close. 200s, I think.
That's the thing. I mean, tier 3 qualifying is mental. You could have a good lap, and it only gets you like one place up the grid. Like it's mental. But Michaels, you want to go on to the next question?
as I said, is your first win, the first podium of the season. Did you expect a win coming from this track? Because obviously you had, as you mentioned, your struggles has been qualifying. You had a very decent qualifying in 5th place. So did you expect pace to come at this track? Is this one that you thought, yeah, I could get some good points out?
Not really. I was doing practice earlier, and I couldn't even set a lap, so I was not expecting anything really. Just kind of came together at the right time. I think fish sticks being missing might have helped, and then obviously a lot of people just spinning out and having incidents where I kept it so clean. So, but through no real effort of my own, it just came to me, handed to me on a plate. So, yeah, definitely didn't expect it.
Yeah, so really well done. And does this mean now, like James, you can sort of push on now? Does this mean your season or your championship challenge begins?
Well, I don't know about a championship challenge. I'd love to, but at least on the hunt for podiums. What's next? What's the next track?
Imola.
Well, I love Imola. So yeah, this could be good.
There you go. Well, congrats on your win, and very nice drive through the field once you pitted on those hard tyres. So very nicely done.
Yeah.
And
the strategy was my engineers are Nifty Nursery and Crown Flower. So shout out to those guys. They assisted heavily. But yeah.
Was
Thanks,
it because I did it last night? Like took ours from like 5.
Yeah, you did it, and Nursery did it as well. So
yeah,
watching that definitely gave me a bit of an advantage.
Mm-hmm. Well, good luck in Imola, and
thank you very much.
Yeah, all good.
Cheers, guys.
So,
Thank you.
Mr. Orphan, so 2 things to take away from that race, mainly, is we've now had our 5th race winner in a row, or 5th different race winner, sorry. Obviously, not counting the sprint, because I don't count the sprint. They're just like little points here and there. But obviously, if you win that, it does count as a win. But in terms of like proper, feature races, we had James in Qatar, we had Fish Sticks in Texas, Vegas went to Willy Bum, Monza went for Petronas, so now we've had Clates in
It's
Suzuka.
mad.
And I've also noticed, right? So those that have had like up and down results, like James and Clates, have done well here, and like those have done well previously, haven't picked up many points here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like just like a little standings in my head just to see how close it is. I know obviously they will be updated at some point. It's fine. Just have to be patient. That's fine. But I'm pretty sure it's all closed up because, and like you, I don't know who's going to win this at the end. Normally by this point, I have like a general sort of idea, but I don't. I'm completely.
I said to you at the beginning of the season, before we even done our first race, I did tell you. I said this tier is going to be the closest tier of all the tiers of RSF1 this year, and it's not let us down. Like in terms of you've got different race wing every week. The qualifying is mentally close. It is so close, and you could have one good race one week, and then the following week, maybe not a track that you gel with. You're down the bottom. It's look at Petronas here today, right? Wins it one week, and then he has this race this week. I mean, I'm not saying he did bad. He scored points, but it's just got to show how ridiculously close it is. I mean, we looked at it at one point. You went to the top 3 who were doing well. They were pulling away. The top 2 or top 3. And then you look back, like you said, there was a group of cars. I think it was literally half most of the grid all together, separated by, 5/10 each, between them, and it was mental. Yeah, it's going to be one of those seasons where I honestly think, right, we're going to get to race 17, right, and there's going to be about 10 drivers fighting for the championship or something stupid like that.
Yeah. And next week we go to Imola, which is a tight, twisty track where the only straight you've got is the main one, and it's a very narrow turn 1 and 2. So this race next week, I'm not going to say the full length of the track because it's ridiculous. Comes up at one point. Yeah, it's going to be great next week, and I'm looking forward to it. So that has been your story around Suzuka.
Some good news, though, just to leave you. Slicks is back.
Oh, good.
So
we'll make sure he's sorted and ready. We've got to make sure that he is. So we'll test it out beforehand, before Imola. Because Imola especially, that's a particular track we don't want a laggy car going around. But I'm glad to hear he's back. Alright, that's the story of Japan. We have had a fifth different winner in 5 races. Imola, can we have 6 from 6? Oh, let's see. Let us see. But it is very consistent. With Fishsticks not being here tonight, I think it's all closed up. And we love to see as commentators. And they'll be back in Imola next week. Tomorrow night is the F4's turn around Suzuka. The likes of Gravedigger, Old Manzi, Rogue, Immortal, all those lovely drivers in F4 will be taken to the track around Suzuka. Jake DeRozan, I did say like last week he wouldn't be here and I would be, but it turns out it was the wrong day. We got miscommunication. Tomorrow for sure, not in the comms box. It will be me, and I will be showing the ropes to a debutant. Who that is, you have to wait and find out. So it's a mystery. It's a mystery to me. I've never spoken to him before either, so we shall see. But it's always good to see and hear another comms person back in. But I'll be taking you through the action of the F4 division. 8 o'clock once again for that. Let's see what can happen there. No pressure, F4. You've had 2 pretty good races last couple of nights. I think F1 was quite a good race as well. So yeah, no pressure, F4. Have fun. But yeah, until then, take care and good night to you. See you soon.